Hello everyone, and welcome back to the long-awaited sequel to my minimum turn boss guide. Today we are going over the mid-bosses and the main bosses of the DLC. I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched that video. It is still currently my #1 most viewed video. And so I came back, not only for the DLC, but for the mid-bosses people were asking about. I skipped over the mid-bosses last time because it kind of didn't seem... It didn't really seem like it would make any sense for me to actually go over them. So, let's see. I had to go for... It was Brother of that, right? Yes. I initially skipped over the mid-bosses because I felt like most people wouldn't need a guide for them, but again, I should have showed these guys love in the first video too. So, first up is Pirabbid Plant. Overall, this should be pretty simple. Again, we have maxed out stats and maxed out gear just showing off. Everyone is basically fully upgraded, similar to last time. Let's dive in. You can basically do this with any team. First, we're gonna have Peach move forward. Mario can jump off and stomp. And he can finish him off. Quick and easy, simple enough. Just like that, we have both one turn for the stage before this one, but also this mid-boss. And we can move on to Blizzy and Sandy, yes. Again, this fight can basically be done with just about anybody. It doesn't really matter who. Their HP is so low that for our late game stats, we're basically all clear. Especially if we do this. Mario can get, yeah. Luigi, we're just gonna move here. I'm basically just winging this. I did not practice for this at all. We didn't need to. Gone, obliterated. Mario can go ahead. And we use hammer. Honestly, the impower was probably unnecessary, and realistically it was. And we managed to beat 1 out of 7 turns. Calavera is a little trickier. I've already showed this method off in my my final episode of Let's Playing this game, so you can also look there in order to find this. It's basically was just a way for me to show you how to grind coins, so you know I can do this in 1 turn. Before we do anything, I'm going to switch Rabbid Luigi out for regular Luigi. Get control of my controller back because it's doing that weird freakout thing. Now we have Calavera to deal with. Step 1, empower. Step 2, go to Luigi and use Itchy Feet. Technically this would be unnecessary, but I'm going to show this off anyway. We're going to dash these 3. Again, unnecessary, but I'm just showing this off. Place Rabbid Peach 1 cell from her maximum. Basically at the corner of the fountain. Use a sentry to send it forward. We get a push on Calavera, that's nice. Then with Luigi, we can just finish him off. You don't need a crit in order to do it, otherwise you would just have Mario stomp him and then land anywhere on the side of him to hammer. And we beat Calavera. Simple enough, not too difficult. Mecha Jr. is kind of weird. There's a way you can make the fight a lot easier for yourself. So that's where you're gonna need Mario. Mario, well, you don't have no choice with him, and Yoshi. First step is to empower. And we're going to aim all the way in the back. Mario, we're gonna have him do some dashes. Our goal is basically to break those 2 blocks back there. Again, you don't need to do this, but it just makes the fight easier in my opinion. Go to this pipe. Finish him off. Yoshi, I believe you can... Yes, you can get there. We're gonna use this ground pound to break 2 blocks back there. Again, you don't need to do this, you can easily do something different, but I'll explain that once we get there. Mario, last but not least. Have him dash. Dash is probably unnecessary, that's why it's only doing 20. And then hammer. Just like that, we managed to beat that in 1 turn. And we can move on to the actual fight. Mecha Jr. is pretty interesting, considering that we can fight him in basically the exact same way that we just handled those bucklers, except we all focus on him. We can keep the same team. What makes this one so special is because with those blocks gone, normally these Valkyries back here, they would move forward to hide and then protect Mecha Jr. Here, with the blocks gone, we don't actually have to worry about that. We're going to activate both our hero sets. Yoshi is going to fire at Mecha Jr. We unload everything. Andy walks through a sentry, dealing some more damage. Now he's basically done. Let's just get up close. And finish him off with the hammer. Just like that, we managed to get all the mid-bosses done in exactly 1 turn. Mecha Jr., you can overwhelm him with damage in order to defeat the Valkyrie he's guarding, but I just prefer to do it that way so we don't have to worry about it at all. Glorious. Over now to the DLC, we can handle the 4 bosses of this game. First up is Side-Eye and Standoffish. He can be beaten in 1 turn. Side-Eye's a little tricky because normally when you hit him, he tries to hide and run away, and while he's moving, you can't actually detect him, so you have to overload him from the very beginning. Grab Rabbid Cranky, a DK jump all the way over here. I'm gonna throw Rabbid Cranky down. Activate DK's Hairy Eye. Activate activate Stink Eye. Make sure you're using your golden weapons, and then after that, you can have DK just attack him directly. We bounce. Cranky was supposed to hit him there, but I guess he didn't feel like it. Whatever. That's not usually how that's supposed to go. Normally Cranky's able to finish him off, but we did enough damage anyway. We can just send out a sentry, it'll blow him up. And just like that, we managed to save the win. Again, normally Cranky's able to shoot him there. I don't know what went wrong that time. Maybe I should have put him at a different angle. Regardless, he can beat Side-Eye in one turn. Finn was pretty tricky because you can't really get DK up there in turn 1, so you have to rely on moving everybody else. Not to mention, during his Shark Rage, he's actually unaffected by hero sights. It takes 0 damage. So, at DK, grab Rabbid Peach and send her forward. Then you need Rabbid Cranky to enter this pipe, leap, and then place him directly right here. This is important because we are going to trigger Shark Rage. Activate Stink Eye. Please messing with these names. Now, here comes the important part. We need this to crit. It has a 70% chance to crit, and if it doesn't, we need to start over. Thankfully, we got it. This is what was supposed to happen to Side-Eye, but sadly it didn't, so we're going to have to do it on his brother. Angles do matter, because sometimes it does seem like Rabbid Cranky doesn't want to take the shot. When it's that low, we can actually have Cranky fire again. This will cause Side-Eye Finn to charge at him, taking that one spot. The reason why it was important to keep him there is so Rabbid Peach can come in and then dash with that last little bit of HP. Just like that, Finn is also done in one turn. Kong's first fight is actually pretty tricky. This took me a little bit to figure out. The actual goal of this fight isn't to actually beat Rabbid Kong, it's to destroy the Mega Bug pool in the middle, which is currently guarding him and taking his HP, taking his damage and reviving his HP. First turn, you want to take DK and have him go over here, grab this TNT barrel, then have him swing back across to land right here. Then you want to throw the TNT barrel in between Rabbid Kong and the Mega Bug pool. All spots of that pool is actually a hitbox, so thankfully this will actually damage them both. The pool will take 500 damage and heal Rabbid Kong, so we effectively just did a third of its HP in one turn. We'll have DK attack. After that, we're going to have Rabbid Peach move to the side and hide behind this cover. Not that it really matters. And then we're going to attack Rabbid Kong directly in order to deal chip damage to both him and the pool. Crits really do play an important part in this fight. Rabbid Cranky, we want to send forward, and then we want to put him just outside of his attack range, so this will deal 60 damage to him, And that does mean we know where he's going to move next turn. Pool heals him. Cranky will attack Rabbid Kong and the pool for 35. Again, the fight is basically just maximizing how much spread damage you can do on both targets. Cranky activates Stink Eye. Donkey Kong activates Hairy Eye. Rat Peach, it doesn't matter. Rabbid Kong will attempt to move forward, and then Rabbid Kong, Donkey Kong and Rabbid Cranky will start attacking him. Rabbid Cranky will get hit for a lot of damage, but the enemies will not be able to take him out. These attacks don't really matter. We're gonna have Rat Peach take this pipe, go up, and then get some high ground because we're gonna need the extra damage. Fire at the pool, or Rabbid Kong, it doesn't matter which. Donkey Kong, we're gonna actually have him grab this TNT, hop down between Rabbid Kong and the pool, and fire the TNT. Doesn't matter that we got frozen, we're not going to be pulling anyone in. After that, we can use his ground pound, deal some damage to him and the pool. Again, crits really do matter here. Hopefully you're lucky enough. After that, we can just have Rabbid Cranky. If it is a little bit lower than what you can do, you can have him jump and then attack both Rabbid Kong and the pool. And if it's not, you can just instead have it, have Rabbid Cranky fire at it. Just like that, we beat the pool pretty quickly. There's a little bit of damage to work around. Not every shot needs to be a crit, but it is important that you get at least a decent amount of them. Okay, the last boss of this video, and the last boss of the game is Dungeon's Rabbid Kong, and this fight is finicky. So, in the comments of my original video of the minimum term boss guide, someone had told me that someone managed to beat Mega Dragon Bowser in but 2 turns where I took 3. They are correct. This YouTuber is J-Ro, I believe that's how that's pronounced. I'm sorry if I'm horribly butchering that, but I've been trying to roll through different pronunciation in my head, and that one sounds the most correct. In fact, they managed to actually managed to beat the entire game in minimum turns. So the link to their channel will be in the description. You can watch theirs in case you ever want to beat any other level in minimum turns. You can also see how they managed to beat Mega Dragon Bowser in 2. I'm basically going to be copying their guide for this one, as I struggled way too much trying to figure out how to do this. Except there's going to be 2 big differences in my video compared to theirs. The first one is, instead of attacking with Rat Peach's Blaster, I'm going to be using this Sentry and hoping I get a crit. Lucky. Okay. After that, we're going to have Donkey Kong grab Rabbid Cranky and then place him parallel to where he's just out of Grump Jump range. I don't think it matters because we're not using his ability, but it just makes it a lot more safer. Attack with Donkey Kong, send that buckler away. You know, he could be a big problem later. A lot of RNG is needed for this strategy. Then we go to Rat Peach, have her land diagonally to this buckler. This isn't necessary, but I'm activating her shield. Now we go to Rabbid Cranky. We're going to dash this buckler because we don't want any more honey coming from these bucklers. We don't want any honey coming from these bucklers. And this will thankfully take this one out. Jump behind Rabbid Kong, and then shoot with the boom bow. Then activate Stink Eye. Donkey Kong needs to activate Hairy Eye. And it's important you do not hit the speed up button. I know that sounds strange, but due to I don't know what, when Rabbid Kong moves here, if the speed up button is enabled, Donkey Kong will actually be moved to a different position. And you don't want that. He needs to stay in that spot, so... Now it comes the heavy bit of RNG, because we need to make sure this buckler doesn't get a honey. If he does, we need to restart the entire fight. I have lost so many... I had to redo this section of the video over so many times because of this buckler. Damn it! Oh, man. Would you believe me if I said that this was like 4 attempts later? Oh, crap. Holy Okay, I'm now kind of scared, because for the life of me, I cannot remember the order we're supposed to do this. So, we're gonna have Donkey Kong attack first. I need this to crit, I'm pretty sure. 70% chance, please crit. No! Oh, no! Come on, game! This is... He got the crit! Holy crap. Wait. Did I need him to get a crit? Screw it. We attack Rabbid Kong with DK, and the rest of this fight should be pretty straightforward. Go in the middle, activate Super Shield. 3 buttons open up, we have to step on those, then get to the cannon. Oh man, that took me, like... I seriously think I'm in double digits worth of attempt. I think I'm at, like, attempt 12 at this. That's just how finicky this fight is. Okay, first up, we need Rabbid Cranky to move. He needs to step on this button. Rabbid Kong will then fly in the air, smack them away from the button. So normally that would be a big problem because you would assume we need Donkey Kong in order to pick up and chuck somebody. But instead, in J-Ro's video, he instead does this. I was wondering this actually during my main Let's Play of the game. If you can get an enemy to stand on it, similar like how you could in his first fight. You can. Rabbid Kong will fly over and attack his teammate. Wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so here's a big difference between me and J-Ro's. So in J-Ro's video, he kept that buckler alive, and that buckler would attack Donkey Kong, hit that burn block, and Donkey Kong would well, if he was lucky enough, run into the safe zone. I'm not doing that. I'm not risking whatever chance I have at that. So instead, I'm more so taking the three turn for this. Donkey Kong comes over, and I get this in 3 turns. It is possible in 2, but I don't really recommend doing that. Unless you're willing to take the RNG... Unless you're willing to take the RNG, you're better off just taking the 3 out of 6. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that there. When Kongs collide. Again, it's possible to get 2 out of 6, but the RNG for that is an absolute nightmare. And with that, that should be all the bosses in the game done. See you in a year for Sparks of Hope. That's if I decide to do that game. I know it doesn't have turns, or a turn limit or anything like that, but I still feel like it would probably be interesting. Again, links to J-Ro's channel is in the description. Please go watch them in case you want to get early. They'll shoot you a lot more stuff than I ever could.